Okay.
Hello, my friends. Hello. Hey, Maureen. Hey, Jeannie Gamble.
Honey, I was here before Cheryl.
I know. You know what? I got the notification saying that my friends are waiting, and it said Pat's waiting, and I was like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, no way on that one.
Wait, why isn't my video on?
Hey, Jeannie, you're back. You're upside down.
Am I?
Oh, there you are. Now you're right side up.
Oh, I was trying. I have you on my phone. There we go.
Oh, gee.
Hey, Deanne.
I'm using my phone tonight.
Hello.
Hi, Jeannie.
Look at everybody. Look at the gang's all here. How fun is this? Those who took the Facebook one, just know that I managed to get the very last class for Facebook uploaded to YouTube, and I will be sending that link. And same as the last class for LinkedIn after Saturday, I will upload it to YouTube and send that link, which means you can watch them for a little bit before I take them down. Because I do know that I moved through.
Thank you.
Maureen, I did get your email. And I apologize for not getting back to you yet. The whole little family tribe here, including the 8-month-old, had a little bout with the flu. And so we've been a little preoccupied with the baby, but I will get back to you, absolutely. So, and that's why, Kat, I stood you up the other night too, because, you know, yeah, life's different.
Okay, we ended up going to something else, so it was fine.
Oh, you didn't go to that
way
one?
more money than we needed to. It was a charity event, you know, so you spend like way more money because they guilt you into buying raffle tickets that you'll never win anything on.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Well, I'm glad that you weren't. I really wanted to get to that one though, because there's a whole bunch of people I didn't know, and so that's kind of cool for me. But we'll get there. Oh, that was Aslan.
Why can't I see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, you can see me? Okay,
Yeah,
I
we
can't
can
see
see
you.
you. We can see Barry standing there. See, here he waves.
Full screen.
Full screen, darling. Full screen.
We
Yeah,
can
now
see you. All right, my friends, I am going to get started, and we'll knock this out Saturday. Aslan's going to lay there apparently and watch us too. So there you go. We're going to get started. Saturday morning is the last one for LinkedIn, and then I will make sure that everybody gets a link to where I put them up and stuff. If you have any specific questions, please know it's okay to ask them. We move through fairly quickly because we only have 40 minutes on Zoom, and that way we make things happen and stuff. And Jeannie were both with us this morning, and there's a lot to cover in this whole aspect. So I assume that, I know, Kat, you have a profile on LinkedIn active or just kind of sitting there?
It is pseudo-active. I actually went up and posted a blog. So I'm putting my blogs in different places.
Okay. Deanne Norton, what about you? Just sitting there, or?
No, it's just sitting there.
Yours is still legal, or is it now say Park Lane?
No, it's still legal. I haven't changed anything yet.
Okay. Maureen, what about you, my friend?
It's active.
Oh, good. Yay for you.
Yeah.
And I know Jeannie Sedan and Jeannie Gamble. And Jeannie Gamble, actually, out of all of us, has actually paid for premium on LinkedIn, correct? Jeannie Gamble?
I had, but I got rid of that.
Oh, you did get rid of it. Did you find any advantage to it, out of curiosity? I know that you didn't really work it, but was there an advantage to it?
Not really. I mean, because I was in that class for accountants that we were using LinkedIn marketing, so we were using the premium. But I don't know. I still don't know the difference. That's why I got rid of it.
Okay.
You know,
So
I didn't really find, because it's expensive.
How much was it, out of curiosity?
I mean, I think it was like $30 a month or something. It wasn't.
So you didn't see enough value in it right away to make it worth it for you?
No. Nope.
Okay. Okay. That's something that we can all look into. We don't cover that in anything that I'm about to share and go over with you. And so just know that that was kind of on the side, but I know that Jeannie did have it for a little while and stuff. So I'm in my live LinkedIn classes, I kind of equated that a lot of us have a LinkedIn profile, kind of like some of us have gym memberships and no one's going to the gym. And so I kind of equate LinkedIn to be much the same. We all have a profile there, and yet none of us are really actively using it. I am not 100% sure that LinkedIn's the place where we all need to be, and I've said that very openly. You can't be everywhere. It's impossible. But I am a firm believer that at least if our profile's set up and looks decent enough, it could attract and lead, you know, even if we're not posting regularly and they come and view our profile, they could still send us a message, and as long as we're set up to get those, I also will say that I'm a firm believer in, I have Working the Gap in almost every social media platform out there so that no one can jump on my toes, but yet I'm only actively working. My 3 for the year were going to be Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And Facebook's the only one that I can honestly say I put a great amount of effort into, but it's also the one I enjoy the most. Instagram would probably be number 2 for me, and LinkedIn's a quick, close right behind that. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and just show you a couple things that I have learned. And so you guys should all, you all see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, so this is my personal LinkedIn account, and so I'm going to start by clicking on my headshot and going right to my profile. And some of the things I've learned in some of the classes and stuff that I've taken. And Kat, you just took a LinkedIn class not that long ago, did you not? Unmute yourself, my honey. Well, I've never heard Kat so quiet. It's kind of cool. There you go.
Hello.
Did you
No,
take a-
no, we didn't take a LinkedIn class. It was kind of a generalized class, but not really LinkedIn. Yeah, so I really need to, I think we belong on LinkedIn more
Okay.
than Facebook.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. So one of the things I've learned in some of the classes I've taken is some of the common mistakes, or I want to say mistakes again, and I use that term loosely, is this area right here. They suggest in all the classes that I've taken on LinkedIn that we use this as a tagline, as a capture moment, as a way to entice people. Some people, and we talked about it a little bit this morning, like we wouldn't want to put, wellness coach for Juice Plus here, or Sensi consultant, or Mary Kay representative. They say stay away from those kind of words because a lot of people on LinkedIn are from a corporate viewpoint or a corporate mindset, and they see those and they're not educated enough to understand that they may be a lucrative business opportunity, and that you're not a fly by night, you're not just a mom sitting at home trying to do a direct sales multi-level marketing scheme or any of those things. But they say to use this area as a way to captivate people and use it as a tagline setting, and not to put necessarily something there that's like Kat may want to put startup, looking to start a business, I'm your gal to help you propel you forward, or something like that, something to gravitate, to grab them and to entice them in there, instead of just putting I could have just put owner at Working the Gap, and a lot of people would look at that and go, well, what the hell's Working the Gap, right? So we want to put something there that kind of entices people that way and pulls them in as a tagline. And you'll see a lot of people haven't done that. A lot of people that have taken the classes prior with me have actually moved those changes. When it comes to making changes in this specific, when we keep moving through, obviously your summary, right here, when we click on this pencil, it's going to give the opportunity to edit anything. Headline is now what they've called it, which is perfect. So that's my headline. That's my current position. I put life educated because I honestly can't stand that whole education thing. But LinkedIn's also made it so that we can upload videos or pictures. And Alana was on the call this morning, and she had asked, if I thought that our logos were an opportune place put our logos. And my response to that, in personal opinion, of course, was absolutely not. Your logo may be pretty, and it may look cute, and it may have some nice colors to it, but your logo is not going to share anything about you and who you are and what you do. Your logo is just going to be a picture, and where this is me physically standing in front of a Facebook class and teaching and putting down your summary. When it goes back down into this other area where it comes to the experience, Working the Gap and what it is, same principle. When you click on the pencil, I'm a facilitator. I consider myself a facilitator instead of an owner at Working the Gap, which everybody knows I can't stand titles, period. But when it comes down here, I put a link to my business card for now. And that way my card shows up, and so people can, instead of just looking at Working the Gap with the 2 logos, people can absolutely just look here and see, there's business guidance, tasks, training, tools, classes, workshops, seminars, and more. It's on my list at some point, and I shared this morning, to do a little 20-second, 25-second video of exactly what is Working the Gap, and start including it on my LinkedIn profile and even across my business Facebook page, because a lot of people just think of Working the Gap as a networking opportunity. And I'll tell you now, the networking side of it does not pay my bills. And so you have the opportunity to link media and upload videos and stuff like that here, and it gives you a whole list of supported formats. And that way you can really start beefing it up. And I would suggest don't put just your picture of your logo there, because like I said, I mean, some people have paid dearly for logos. Absolutely. I get that they're, you know, a piece of your business real estate, but they're not telling a story for us. They're basically just a look when it comes to branding. And so that's some of the things that we covered this morning. Your headline, and then getting some media posted in this area here. A lot of people, Alana also brought up this morning, you know, like I've got, you know, my current and then my Your To Do Gals. And some people have stuff going back all to like your very first job was selling newspapers on the corner when you were 14 years old. And some of us that are some, you know, of some maturity in age, you know, to list all those jobs out, it was asked if it's advantageous. I worked for Chrysler Canada for 25 years. Is it advantageous for me to have it on here? It may show that I have some kind of longevity to, you know, sticking with the job and getting it done. But by the same token, I honestly think people, when they're coming to LinkedIn, they're more concerned in today's world of what we can do for them today and what we're doing today, rather than what we've done in the past. And so that's why I haven't beefed mine up to make it look like a resume service. Now, if your times change and things change and I'm actually going to, you know, need LinkedIn to help me find a job or make connections for a job search, at that point, I believe that LinkedIn really should have all that information there. But for those of us that are using this as a connection tool to reach a business-to-business community, I don't find that having all of that stuff there makes us any more valuable. And again, that's personal opinion. If I could make any suggestions, I would absolutely get your tagline done and a couple other things we talk about tonight, and make sure that you're current here, and then just nail it out from there. So that's the first couple of things that we covered this morning. And we also covered down here, when it comes to, you get those endorsements from LinkedIn all the time, whether you're actively working your profile or not. And it's kind of crazy with those endorsements, because it's really people that don't even know us that are just clicking on a button, say, would you endorse Cheryl for this? I have all these endorsements that people have endorsed me for. And do I really want to be known for banner design? No, probably not. Newsletter production? Maybe. Brochures? Maybe. Online, you know, web marketing? No, I don't want to get involved in SEO and that kind of stuff. Web development? Sure. But when it comes to this area here, you can pick and choose what you get known for. You can highlight what you want to be known for. So when you go, I'm literally still on my own personal profile. So I want everybody to know I haven't switched screens, so that way you know where I'm at. And so headline, current work, add some media to your current work. And then when you come down here to your featured skills and endorsements, if I click on my pencil, it brings up everything that people have been recommending me for, right? And I moved some of these around this morning, like, you know, 99 plus on social media. Public speaking is the one that I enjoy the most, and it's the one that I really want to start putting out there a little bit more. Brand development too, marketing, social media. If I go over these little things here, I can reorder these. And so I can move this around, and that way I can have up on top what I want people to have the opportunity to endorse me for first. Therefore, you know, instead of when I scroll down here, for example, online reputation management, I don't necessarily want to be known for that. I'll just kill it. I don't want to be known for that. Posters, I don't want to be making posters per se, even though, only because there's not a lot of help. Why not? I will do it for you, Kat, you know it. But I can click off that. There's only one person. You know, constant contact, yeah, it's a newsletter program. That's cool. Social media measurement, no. I don't want to be responsible for the statistics of social media. I can click those off and say that I don't want to be known for them. And the ones that I want up near the top, I can shift around. And so you'll see that I shifted some of mine even in this morning's class, because social media and marketing were up top, and I moved brand development up top with only 31. And then when I click save, now when people have the opportunity to endorse me from their screens, what I've put here is going to be more prominent and more present for them. Everybody with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can totally flip those around and make that happen, and set yourself up for what you want to be known for. It's kind of like, you know, I know that Kat's, you know, worked some multi-level marketing or direct sales jobs before. She may necessarily not want to be known for that anymore, shaking her head. She wants to be known more for what she can do for small business owners and how she can, you know, inspire them and stuff like that. So she's going to, you know, me endorsing her for direct sales, you know, growth or something like that would not be advantageous for Kat. So she can totally shift hers around. Everybody with me?
Mhm.
The other thing is recommendations. I don't suggest asking to be recommended here, because I think it's kind of creepy, but I don't think there's anything wrong with us sending out an email to, you know, 10, 15, 20 people that we would network with or in our circle saying, hey, I'm on LinkedIn and I'm looking to work my profile there a little bit better. Could you go take a look at my profile? Let me know what you think of it. And if you have a few moments, leave me a recommendation. And I word it that way. And I worded it that way this morning too, because there's a lot of people that'll look at it and read some of the stuff that we put in this area and go, you know what, I read that and I'm still not sure what you do. And mine's not even written well enough for that either. It's like I provide the tools to, and the connections to travel from where they are, they want to be. How do I provide those tools? What am I doing to physically help people? Go ahead, Kat. I saw you raise your hand.
What's your opinion? And I do this all the time because people want to recommend us or whatever, and then they don't have time, or anyway, what is your opinion of writing the recommendation for someone, sending it over to them to have them edit it for your website, and then asking them to put it up on LinkedIn if they're a client of yours?
I think that's more than fine if they're willing to do that. I mean, I don't think, because they're still willing to endorse it and sign the bottom of it. I mean, it's no different than, the banks or lawyers or whatever writing up contracts for us to sign, for Pete's sakes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. If they're willing to sign it, they're still putting their name on it and attaching their name to it. I mean, and I also think that oftentimes that'll also put us in the power seat of being able to highlight exactly what we want in our businesses, which is a great idea as far as I'm concerned. Instead of being known for maybe what we don't necessarily want, to have highlighted, or et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think that's a bad idea at all. When it comes to the recommendations, that's a great feedback, Kat, and I appreciate that. These ones here, I've received 12, I've given 44. And I shared, if they're out here on LinkedIn, they're public. People have already, as far as I'm concerned, given their permission for us to utilize what they've shared with us. And so I suggest taking these and using them. Put them on every once in a while on your Facebook business page, as in, this really made me blush and I was happy to read it on my LinkedIn profile. Put it on your web page. Throw it in the bottom of a newsletter. Send out a random email and say, this is why I do what I do, and this is something warm and fuzzy someone shared with me. What can I do for you? I shared this morning that it's not hard to capture these and utilize them in other places. All of us should know how to do a print screen on our computers. And if you don't, I can probably walk you through it. And I just did one now because I'm going to show you again really quickly like I did this morning. Ignore my desktop because it's a hot mess. I'm going to show you. I opened up my Paint and I opened up New, and I just did a print screen right now, and I pasted it. And I'm just going to crop it out. There's Stephanie Colbert's. I'm going to crop. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Save. I'm going to close that off. There's the testimony. Now I can go ahead and share that on Facebook because it's a picture. I can put it back on LinkedIn in the news feed. I can put it across my Instagram account. I can put it on, my newsletters or wherever I happen to be. As far as I'm concerned, those are there and can be utilized easily, and we should be utilizing them because they're already out there. They're already public, right? And you don't have to utilize it as tooting my horn, look at how good I am, but use it as in, this really warmed my heart, or this really made me feel good about what I do, or, I really appreciate this person sharing. You can do it from a place of humility instead of coming across egotistical. And so that's one of the things that we shared this morning. If you've got recommendations saying, hey, dang it, let's utilize them in other formats and make it happen, right? Because they're there for you to be able to use. So that's something else that we shared. Everybody good so far? This here, I'm still on my update your background photo. I'm not going to go into some of those logistics because you'll find that we really run out of time on this one. Edit your public profile is what I clicked on now. A lot of people don't know, if you looked up in here, LinkedIn.com, working the gap. LinkedIn.com, this is where you get your URL. Some people still have numerics there. Some people have like your name with hyphens and dashes, whatever it happens to be. You can get a specific URL from LinkedIn that you can share on your bottom of your email signature, which I think we totally underutilize as a marketing tool. Share on your business cards, on your website, every once in a while throw it across your Facebook pages, etc. And this is where you get that direct URL from. Is I literally, when I was over here, I went edit your public profile. Edit your public profile opened up into here, and that's where you get your profile from it, so you can totally set it up. The other thing about this area is that I want to point out is make my profile visit to no one. That means that they have to have a LinkedIn profile in order to see you. Make my public profile visible to everyone, which means I don't have to log into LinkedIn and or have a LinkedIn profile and people can see me. All mine are public because I only use it for business stuff. But this tells me if I don't want people to be able to see, you know, my websites that are attributed to me, I can uncheck this. My websites went away. If you see that right here, it'll bounce right here, see? So I can uncheck this, and that way my websites won't show unless they're physically logged into LinkedIn and connected to me. My education, my skills, my recommendations may not show. You can totally determine what people are seeing if they have a LinkedIn profile or if they don't. So just know that you do have control when it comes to your LinkedIn profile that way and to get things to happen. Same as here, create a public profile badge. That's for like if you're building a website and stuff. When you click on that, it literally just gives you so that way people can come to LinkedIn and find you, right? You can pick which style you want. It's all part of a website plugin. And if you haven't developed your own website, it's probably not any good or any use to you anyway at this point. And if you need help with that, I can help you with it. But there's something also when it comes to websites and stuff like that, you can totally put a couple, like here it goes to my meetup, Working the Gap page. This goes to Facebook community. This goes to my Facebook business page because I'm still working on the main website for Working the Gap. So you can totally separate and put a whole bunch of stuff up here that a lot of people don't know that you can put up there. The other thing I want to show really quick in this area is I'm going to my home screen. Something that Kat alluded to, write an article. This here is like typical posts, you know what I mean? Like as in pictures, all that kind of fun stuff that you're going to put up there. Like you do a typical post. Write an article is like a blog. Lets me put a picture up there, a headline, and then, you know, you have some tools here that you can totally utilize and create a link as in, you know, here's an article on, you know, 3 tips to build your website. Here's the first 2 paragraphs of it. Go to my website to read the rest of it, drive traffic to your website and create a live link for it. So it's kind of like a blog. And the nice thing about LinkedIn is when it comes to that, it actually, these are the ones I've done and I haven't done it that often, but 44 views, 10 likes, like it gives you some room to know, like 8 views, 3 likes. These are some of the old ones that I've done, you know, 86 views, you know, 6 likes, 4 comments. And so it has the opportunity to give you some statistics, but also you'll also get an email from LinkedIn. And actually I got one today, so please excuse my email mess because I think I kept it just to show you. Oh, maybe I did, wrong account. Right here, you get it when you get the LinkedIn updates. It, you know, like as soon as we make any kind of profile changes, added a new skill, it's going to show up. When the people get it who are connected to you get an email, it's going to show up that you've made some profile changes, that you might have a new position, what your connection's up to, see all the updates. They'll tell you if they got a new job, if they've been in a job, you know, 6 years, congratulate them if they published a new post. And so making changes and playing with LinkedIn a little bit pushes you out there a little bit further. But I think that when it comes to writing an article and utilizing this as another place to put our blogs and to stand out as an expert becomes a huge opportunity. It's something that I need to capitalize on a whole lot more too. I mean, my last one was just March 8th and I did utilize it here, but before that, you see it was a while ago. But it becomes something that you can put it out there. Same as we shared that you can put it on Facebook in your notes section, right? So those were the main key points. That way, when it comes to, you know, connections, everybody knows how to get connections and stuff. I want to jump over to my network. So this is, I have no pending invitations right now. I'm going to go to see all connections. This here I shared this morning. I can sort these first name, last name, recently added. And the nice thing about LinkedIn and some of the changes they've made recently is Monica just added me this morning and she's a friend in the networking group. I can click here and send her a quick message like, thanks for adding me to your, as a LinkedIn contact, you know, looking forward to seeing what you have to share. Not to be pushy, but I just want to share really quick, this is what I do for a living, and let me know if I can ever do anything for you, or let me know if I can ever provide a connection for you. And even if it's a copy and paste, anybody who's put you on their LinkedIn for the first time, you can totally start building a relationship with them. Great to be connected on LinkedIn, you know, looking forward to seeing what you have to share. Great to be connected on LinkedIn. You know, what area do you typically like to service your real estate clients in so that I can keep an eye out for referrals for you. Anything along those lines to kind of start the warm fuzzy going back and forth. Will everybody respond? No, but dang it, it's better to try it and reach out than not do anything that way, right? Everybody with me? So
Yeah.
all good? And so it makes a big difference that way to be able to start and you can totally sort it by recently added first name or last name. And that way you can make it, reach out to those people that have added you recently and make it happen. And obviously, you know, you don't want someone, you know, you realize, oh, this person may be a creep, then that's where you remove them too, right? To start protecting yourself that way. I'm on network and my connections still, right? Sometimes this gets confusing, so I'm just gonna go back through it again. My network, connections, see all. And now I'm going over here, manage synced and imported contacts. And I'm clicking there. This gives us just a rundown of, you know, synced with my phone or whatever device it happened to sync with. But the thing I want to highlight in this area is export contacts right here. Advanced actions. This is the gold mine, my friends. This is what makes this class worth the 19 bucks as far as I'm concerned. You can click on this and it'll literally tell you your LinkedIn data belongs to you. You can download an archive at any time, fast file, click there, request archive. And it literally will send you an Excel spreadsheet of first name, last name, email address, phone number, and the places that they work. The advantage to getting that is if you're running an active newsletter program, you can totally start sending, you can put them on that. I know Stephanie Colbert and I both did this last year, a year and a half ago, maybe even now at this point. We exported, both of us, 2 separate accounts, obviously, exported our contacts, and we sent everyone a private email from our, from our email base, basically saying, hey, we're connected on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to make a conscious effort to get to know those that I'm connected to. And so I'd love to know a little bit more about you and your business and what type of referrals you like, and maybe what your goal is in the next 60 to 90 days for your business. Wouldn't say anything about ourselves whatsoever, but literally started a conversation. And we did it out of a newsletter program, which means we imported our LinkedIn data into MailChimp or Constant Contact. We imported it as LinkedIn contacts, and we sent everybody just a form letter like that. Made it look a little bit personalized, but it was just like 3 clicks of a button, and it was like, we're connected on LinkedIn. I'd love to get to know a little bit more about you. Because that way when they emailed back, hopefully one of 2 things happen. Either they ask you as well and reciprocate, and or instead of asking you, they go and check you out. And so it's still the same thing. They're getting to know you, who you are, what you have to offer. And so downloading and getting your LinkedIn, getting all of your account information sent to you so that you can utilize export contacts, utilize that list and start working that list is a huge opportunity. And I will be honest with you, once every 90 days or so, I do this again. And I upload it into my newsletter program, and I just add them to my newsletter program. Alana had asked me after the class this morning, you know, did I think that that was okay to do? It's a gray area, and everybody has their own private opinion on it. My opinion is at the bottom of every newsletter, there is an opt-out opportunity. And so I don't view it as locking them into receiving a newsletter from me. And I also do my best to make sure that there's value in most of my newsletters, so that way there's a reason for them to want to stay. So it's not just, hey, this is the newest fad and buy from me now. And I will say that my very first one out, I think I had 1,200 that I imported, and I probably had 10 to 12 drop out. And that was fine. And I will be honest too, Stephanie and I, when we kept track of the statistics, we probably only had a 15% answer rate on the questions that we were asking. So not everybody even responded, even though our email was very all about them. But yet it was still an opportunity to reach out there and utilize the contacts that we're building instead of just having the contacts sitting here and scrolling through a news feed. Everybody, am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody good? Yeah, go ahead, Kat.
Okay, it looked like when you clicked on that, you can also check or uncheck so that if you want to very much target something or target an email or something like that, you can do that and decide who you want.
Yeah, well, in this part here, this sends you the whole thing. You're talking about over here. You're
Correct.
Right. Yeah, this here is a little bit different. Yeah, to sync, these are synced contacts and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. This is for deleting the selected, right?
Oh, okay.
So you see what I'm saying? But when you export, it exports everybody, and it sends you, it's a nasty, actually, I think, and since it's only us and I trust all of you guys, I have, nope, that's not it. Hold on. I have an ugly spread. Oh, there it is right there. Hold on. I have this is an ugly spreadsheet, but this is what it sends. So this is an example, absolutely. And so literally this is what it looks like, and it's not pretty. And so, and sometimes like, so this is what it sends. And so you'll even see there's some people, like there's no name, you know, no name in some of the fields, like that Char McCree, I know who she is, but Adeline Bates. And so like it literally, it's not a pretty spreadsheet per se, but it literally sends, like, this is my LinkedIn update, and you'll see that that's what the file's called. And so that's what it looks like when it comes over. And some people don't even have email addresses, so I have to go through and I kill all of these because I don't want them going into my newsletter program and taking up space, right? And so, but it totally, that's what it sends over. It's not a pretty Excel spreadsheet, but at least it's an Excel spreadsheet that gives you something to work from, right? Everybody good? And then this is obviously the premium. When it comes up here, same thing, you know, I suggest that, once again, we're still in the same area, right? My network, you know, export contacts, and that opens up into here. When you scroll up to the top of this, email addresses, I need to change some of this, and I shared that this morning. Like, you know, this one here, I need to remove this email address. I need to remove this email address, just keep those ones. Phone numbers, make sure that that's there, password language, you know. There's a lot of things here. I'm 3 active sessions, which is my phone and stuff like that, autoplay. You have a lot of opportunity with LinkedIn to totally make it so that you see what you're getting and what you're getting into and working. Who can send you invitations? You know, everyone can. Messages from members. I have them coming to my mail. And so that's something to make sure that you have, like, some of that stuff turned on so that when people are sending you stuff here, it's coming to your email, and that way you're getting copies of everything to your email instead of coming on here after all of this time and thinking, oh my gosh, like, sorry, I haven't read my messages here in 6 or 7 months, right? Same as I went to notifications now. I go to the notifications here to utilize them on Facebook. I don't utilize them on LinkedIn. So I'm connected to Joyce on Facebook. So instead of saying congratulations here, I will take this information, go over to her Facebook page, and say to her, you know what, I read somewhere that you've been in business for 5 years, and wow, congratulations, you're a rock star. Or Gwen Henry, you know, she's someone up in the West Virginia area, and she was part of the networking groups up there. I would go to her Facebook page and say, Gwen, I just read that you were in Damsel for 4 years, and I hope you're still enjoying that. You know what I'm saying? So I use this area. Look at Jeannie Sedan, you looked at my profile. Stalker. But when it comes to, you can totally utilize this area. You know, work anniversaries, you know, you can totally utilize this area. 2 years. Instead of saying congratulations here, I personally take it and utilize it over on Facebook, because to me, Facebook's more warm, fuzzy, and I have more fun over there. Where you can utilize it here, absolutely. Congratulations. And that's where, but I find here, say congratulations. See how it auto-populates congratulations on your work anniversary? I would suggest adding to that so that it literally shows that you've actually put effort into the message. You know what I'm saying? Because we all get those, right? The happy birthday. Yeah, go, Jeannie, you want to say something? Oh, okay. Sorry, because I can only see 4 of you at a time, so you guys just have to butt in if you want to say something. But I use this information and pull it over into Facebook to create the warm fuzzy over there. We have about 6 minutes left. When it comes to sharing, you know, you can see who's viewed your profile. Obviously, you know, we know that Jeannie Sedan's a stalker now, so be careful when you guys get hooking up with her. You can also see, you know, who's engaged, you know, 49 views of my posts and what posts are working. It's much the same as Facebook when it comes to that kind of stuff. 49 views of my post in the feed. They've recently changed all of this. We didn't used to get these kind of information off of LinkedIn. You know, 78 views of this, you know, 74 views of this, 112 views of this, you know, and then this is back in the days before they did it, you know, 2 months ago, obviously, right? And only 3 likes of that video. But you have the opportunity to see what's actually coming through and what's actually working when it comes to LinkedIn as well. I don't get hung up on that, and I don't want you guys to get hung up on it either. Just dang well get something out there if this is what you choose. Oh, that's a cool picture, isn't it? If you get to, I don't even know who that is. So just so you know, whatever you see on my laptop is not my own. I need a disclaimer at the bottom of my classes. But just get out there and make,
Whose post?
who's
I'm
post?
sorry. Whose posts do you see? Only people you're linked to, or anyone and everyone?
Correct. Only people I'm linked to. Only people you're linked to. And you still have the opportunity, right? Copy the link to the post, hide it, unfollow, report the post, you know, improve my feed. You only see who you're physically linked to. That's an ad in that aspect. You know, same here, right? You only see who you're physically linked to. And that's something else Alana asked. Oh, I'm trying to think of the other question that came up this morning. Alana had asked, you know, do I think we need you have the opportunity to have a business page on LinkedIn as well as a personal page. I'm involved in some heavy social media managers groups, and I mean heavy buyers, and they do Coca-Cola, Reba McEntire. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars a month these people are making managing social media stuff. And I honestly sit there like a little fly on the wall and just try and learn and absorb, because we all know that I'm not making anywhere close to that managing social media. But what some of them have said, you know, is there an advantage to having a LinkedIn business page? And the answer in that group historically has been no. Unlike Facebook, we're capped out at 5,000 friends. And then we have to be able to have room to still get our messages out there to more than that. If some of our businesses, God love us, explode and we have 10,000, you know, 1 million people, you know, if Kat and Barry and my business all take off and we have like millions of people across the United States as entrepreneurs and we're helping them or whatever. And I knew you'd like that, Kat. And stuff like that. Like, you know, Deanne Norton has a team of, you know, 500 Park Lane chicks, and like they're all coming to her page for stuff. And, you know, their teams are feeding off I was going to go to Dina Hernandez's page, off of Dan Norton's page. Facebook, we have to have a page because after 5,000 friends, we're capped out. LinkedIn has never put out that they're going to shut us down after so many connections. And so therefore, everybody in that social media group that I'm part of has basically said they don't see any real advantage to having a business page and a personal page because of the format LinkedIn is. LinkedIn's not where I'm going to go and put a picture up of my dog. LinkedIn's not where I'm going to go put a picture up of, you know, the baby. Or LinkedIn's not where I'm going to go put a picture of the meal that I had for dinner tonight, right? And because Facebook's more, you know, personal, relationship-based in business, LinkedIn's historically viewed as just a business platform. And so therefore, a lot of the social media people in the social media group that I'm in basically don't see a need for a business page per se. It's Kat, you're waving your head because you're kind of like,
you know what? If you want to do, because you were saying Coca-Cola, Reba McEntire, things like that. So they want to get out to people. They want to get to me as a consumer. If they wanted to attract me as a business person, right now I'm, you know, still looking at Facebook, but I think especially the way LinkedIn is looking more and more like Facebook, I would do it now is my only thing. And I think we started to set one up, Barry and I.
I did too, right here. You can see it right there. I started as well. But I backed off of it because I thought, once again, we can't be everywhere. We can't do everything. We only have about 2 minutes left. And so it's kind of picking your battles in that aspect. And I need to work LinkedIn a lot better because I think LinkedIn is where Kat and I's community is. Yeah. You know, and same as when it comes to, you know, even you, Deanne Norton and stuff like that, when it comes to those that are frustrated with corporate world and looking to get out, you guys branding yourself here might be huge for you. And getting yourself out there. But yet it's pick your battles on where you want to be and where you can be, because we can't be everywhere by any sense of the means. And so I find that that's, you know, and so like I totally also have a LinkedIn business page going, but I haven't done anything with it in that aspect because for that whole reason. It's just that there was just no real painted, just like Jeannie Gamble couldn't paint a real value of being premium. There was no real value to having that other page set up. In everything that I heard. If you don't get anything else out of tonight, though, please at least get your profile set up where you've got a catchy tagline. If you need help writing it, I'll absolutely help you. And use some media down in your job area, whether you have a quick little video whipped up or something like that, right? We're going to get cut off. And then make sure that you organize these, use these recommendations other places, dang it, and export your contacts here and start working your contacts. LinkedIn's never going to work for you. You have to work for LinkedIn, right? And so if nothing else, export those contacts. You need help drafting a newsletter or a newsletter program, reach out to one of us. I know Kat's got the capabilities, I got the capabilities, and one of us will help you, dang it, and knock it out and make it happen. And I will send you guys the whole picture of everything that we've talked about and that we have it and stuff, and we'll get you all hooked up. If I can do anything, you know where to find me. My dogs have decided to chat to the dogs outside, so, and I know Maureen was fighting with her cat, so I don't feel bad, so it's all good. All right, my friends, thanks for spending your night with me, and Saturday morning, we're back for the
Thank you.
last one, and then we'll get you all connected and hooked up.
Good job.